They promised us a second Earth, but were they right? In 2015, NASA announced the discovery of Kepler-452b, humanity's supposed salvation, our backup planet, Earth 2.0. The media went wild. Scientists celebrated. Hope spread across the globe like wildfire. But what if this paradise isn't what it seems? Today, we're going to break every law of physics and travel 1,400 light years to discover the truth about our potential new home. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on an interstellar journey that might change everything you thought you knew about life among the stars.
Picture this. You're scrolling through space news in 2015, and suddenly you see it. NASA discovers Earth 2.0. Your heart races. Finally, humanity has found its backup planet. Kepler-452b, they call it. A world orbiting in the perfect habitable zone, just like Earth. You start dreaming about humanity's future among the stars, about escaping our dying planet, about new beginnings. But let me take you on a journey today. A journey that will shatter every hope you ever had about this so-called Earth's twin. Imagine you're suiting up for the most important mission in human history. You're part of the first crew to visit Kepler-452b, located 1,400 light-years away in the constellation Cygnus. The excitement is overwhelming. This planet is 60% larger than Earth, orbits its star every 385 days, and sits perfectly in the Goldilocks zone where liquid water should exist. Scientists are calling it our salvation. As your spacecraft approaches this new world after an impossible journey, you peer through the window with anticipation. This is it, humanity's new home. But something feels wrong. The planet looks hostile. The data streaming in makes your stomach sink. The dream you've carried for so long begins to crack like glass. You're about to discover that Kepler-452b isn't Earth's twin, it's Earth's evil doppelganger, waiting to crush every hope humanity ever had of finding a second home. Your landing pod touches down with a heavy thud that seems to echo longer than it should. As you prepare to step outside, something immediately feels wrong. The moment you try to stand up, your knees buckle. Your body feels like it weighs twice as much as it should. Because it does. Welcome to Kepler-452b, where gravity is 2.3 times stronger than Earth's. Every step you take feels like you're carrying another person on your back. Try to jump, and you'll barely lift off the ground. Your heart pounds frantically, struggling to pump blood against this crushing gravitational prison. Your bones, evolved over millions of years for Earth's gentle pull, begin to ache almost immediately. But the real terror hasn't even begun yet. Look up at the sky, and you'll see Kepler-452b's star, a G-type star that looks deceptively similar to our Sun. But don't let appearances fool you. This stellar furnace is 1.5 billion years older than our Sun and burns 20% brighter. It's like having an older, angrier sibling that's grown more violent with age. While our Sun occasionally throws mild tantrums with solar flares, Kepler-452's star unleashes violent coronal mass ejections that would strip away any atmosphere and any life that dared to exist on this world.
Now comes the moment of truth. Your oxygen supply is running low, and you're faced with a terrifying decision. Do you dare remove your helmet and breathe the air of this new world? Let's explore both nightmares waiting for you. Scenario 1. Suppose Kepler-452b still has an atmosphere. You slowly unlock your helmet, and the first thing that hits you isn't fresh air. It's the smell of sulfur and acid, like being trapped inside a volcanic crater. The atmosphere here is thick, brutally thick. Imagine trying to breathe soup.
The atmospheric pressure crushes down on you with the weight of being nearly a kilometer underwater. But instead of cool water, you're drowning in superheated gas. The air temperature? A scorching 300 to 500 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. As you gasp for breath, the superheated carbon dioxide and water vapor sear your lungs from the inside. This isn't breathing, it's slow cremation while you're still alive. The runaway greenhouse effect has turned this world into Venus's uglier cousin. But let's consider scenario 2. What if the planet has no atmosphere at all? You remove your helmet and instantly the saliva on your tongue begins to boil. Your blood tries to bubble as a vacuum of space sucks the life from your body. Your lungs collapse as you struggle to exhale the last breath you'll ever take. In this scenario, you have about 15 seconds of consciousness before your brain shuts down forever. Either way, you're looking at the same result: a slow, agonizing death on a world that promised to be humanity's salvation. As you frantically put your helmet back on, you realize this planet isn't just uninhabitable. It's actively hostile to everything that makes life possible.
Let's say you manage to secure your life support and decide to explore this hellscape further. Every step forward is a struggle against the crushing gravity, but you push on, hoping to find something, anything that might justify the decades of hope humanity placed in this world. The landscape stretches before you like a fever dream. If there's still a surface, it's likely covered in cracked, baked rock that radiates heat like a giant oven. Touch anything without your protective gloves, and your flesh would sizzle like meat on a grill. The ground beneath your feet might be scattered with the remnants of what were once oceans, dried salt flats that tell the story of water that boiled away eons ago. But the real killer isn't what you can see, it's what you can't. Unlike Earth, Kepler-452b likely has no magnetic field to protect it from its star's violent outbursts. As you walk across this desolate surface, invisible streams of charged particles are tearing through your body at the cellular level. Your DNA is being shredded by cosmic radiation that would give you cancer in hours, not years. Every few minutes, you notice flashes in your vision, not from your equipment malfunctioning, but from high-energy particles literally hitting your optic nerves. This is what unprotected radiation exposure feels like. Your cells are dying faster than they can repair themselves. As you stand on this alien wasteland, fighting against gravity and radiation, you look up at the sky and see the source of all this destruction, Kepler-452's star. At first glance, it looks almost comforting, like our own sun. But this stellar imposter is humanity's greatest enemy disguised as a friend. This star is ancient, 6 billion years old compared to our sun's 4.6 billion years. Like an aging giant, it has grown more violent and unpredictable with time. Every few hours, you witness something that would never happen on Earth. Massive solar flares erupting from the star's surface, sending deadly streams of charged particles racing toward you at millions of kilometers per hour. On Earth, our magnetic field deflects most of this cosmic fury, creating beautiful auroras. Here, with no magnetic shield, these solar storms hit the planet directly. Imagine standing in the path of a cosmic blowtorch that could sterilize entire continents. Your equipment starts malfunctioning as electromagnetic pulses fry the electronics. The radiation level spikes so high that your dosimeter simply stops counting and displays an error message. But here's what truly breaks your spirit. You realize that one day on Kepler-452b lasts 385 Earth days. You've been here for what feels like hours, and you're already dying from radiation exposure. Imagine trying to survive even one full day-night cycle on this world.
The star that seemed so promising from 1,400 light-years away is slowly cooking this planet, just as it will eventually cook any life foolish enough to call this place home. As you watch another massive coronal mass ejection tear away what little atmosphere might remain, you understand that this isn't a world waiting for colonization. It's a world in its death throes, killed by the very star that was supposed to give it life.
Standing there on the surface of humanity's greatest disappointment, you finally understand the cosmic joke that Kepler-452b represents. This isn't Earth 2.0. It's a cautionary tale written in the language of physics and stellar evolution. Every breath you take through your life support system reminds you of what you've lost. Back on Earth, you could step outside and breathe freely. Feel the gentle pull of gravity that lets you jump and run and dance. You could look up at a star that warms without killing, swim in oceans that haven't boiled away, and sleep peacefully under the protection of a magnetic field that has shielded life for billions of years. But here you are, trapped in a suit on a world that represents everything Earth could become if we're not careful. Kepler-452b is Earth's future nightmare, a planet that once might have harbored oceans and life, now reduced to a radiation-blasted wasteland by an aging, violent star. The cruelest irony? Even if this world were somehow habitable, the journey here took everything we had. The 1,400 light-year distance isn't just a number. It's an impossible gulf that separates us from any hope of escape. With our current technology, the journey would take 25 million years. Even if we could travel at a significant fraction of light speed, we're talking about thousands of years in the cold void of space. You realize that the search for Earth 2.0 has been distracting us from a fundamental truth. There is no backup planet. There is no Plan B. Earth isn't just our home, it's the only home we'll ever have. Every sunset you've ever taken for granted, every breath of fresh air, every drop of clean water represents a cosmic miracle that exists nowhere else within our reach. As you prepare to leave this hellscape forever, you carry with you the most important lesson Kepler-452b can teach. Stop looking for another Earth among the stars and start taking better care of the one miracle we already have. Because in a universe full of Kepler-452b's, our little blue world isn't just rare, it's irreplaceable. Such is the harsh reality of Kepler-452b. What began as humanity's greatest hope has turned into a cosmic lesson about how rare and precious our Earth is. But what do you think? Could there be other worlds that truly welcome human life? Or are we truly alone on the only habitable planet in our cosmic neighborhood? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm really interested to hear your theories. If this journey through space has opened your eyes to something new, click like and subscribe to get more cosmic adventures. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our journeys to the most mysterious corners of the universe. Thank you for joining me on this interstellar journey. Until next time, keep exploring space and look forward to new journeys through infinite space.